whoa, this green curry looks just like my green curry. It looks really good. Yeah! First, Uncle Gordon loses his uncle title, and now Joshua also. They're all the same as Auntie Helen. They just let Uncle Roger down. Sad. So much pain in my heart. Hiya.
Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, and today I'm going to be reacting to Uncle Roger's Joshua Weissman messed up Thai green curry. I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised you guys brought this video up mentioning that it did not go very well for Josh, which is very surprising because to me, Josh is one of the best content creators on YouTube today. With that said though, he's only human and we all make mistakes. Let's see how much of a mistake it is though. Before I go on with today's video, I do want to shout out all of my amazing sous chef level patrons. Thank you so much for your support. What you guys contribute really does help this channel. And for those of you who are watching and want to support further, please consider becoming a patron by visiting the link in the description below. And finally, follow me on Instagram at Chef Brian Tsao. That would be greatly appreciated. And with that out of the way, let's react to some shit.
One of the best YouTube chef ever.
Yeah, straight
he
up.
nailed his egg fried rice, he nailed his tom yum, but he making terrible choice when it comes to facial hair. Hiya, Uncle Joshua.
Maybe my chances of getting that uncle title aren't so good after all.
You look like guy who gonna talk to me about NFT. Today, Uncle Joshua back making Thai green curry. Can he maintain his uncle title? Let's see. Let's see.
Well, I know how this turns out because I reacted to the latest Joshua Weissman Uncle Roger collab video where Joshua gets his uncle title back and they mentioned, oh, the green curry episode, it was terrible, blah, 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 so I took away your title. So I know what the outcome is of this video. I have not watched this video before. Again, I am pretty surprised that this happened to Josh, but then again, let's see exactly what happened.
Okay, so today we are making a Thai green curry, but not just a Thai green curry. Then you're gonna make your own curry paste from scratch in a mortar and pestle by hand. Yes, good, takes time.
Good. He making green curry paste from scratch. That good because in Western country, very hard to get good green curry paste. Like when Uncle Roger make my Thai green curry, I make my own paste also. But if niece and nephew live in Thailand, okay to buy curry paste from shop because they got secret recipe passed down by generation. Or even better, kidnap random Thai auntie. Ask her make green curry paste for you. Because good green curry, worth kidnapping someone for.
All right, so I mean, I agree with Uncle Roger. You know, making your own Thai green curry will ultimately be the better, more authentic product. Not everyone has the time or the ability to find all the ingredients. I don't necessarily agree with him in that regard. If you can get all the ingredients, sure. But I think what it really comes down to is a lot of the curry paste that you'll find in most Western countries, well, there just isn't enough of a population of people who are gonna buy a curry paste to make their own Thai green curries or red curries at home. So there isn't really a market for it. There aren't gonna be, people setting up shop, making paste from scratch in some little, hole in the wall joint. But in Thailand, I mean, everyone's Thai and pretty much everyone's gonna eat green curries. So there's a big market to sell the product. So for those of you at home, don't be ashamed to use a curry paste, pre-made curry paste product. To me, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you have the ability to make it and also the time and the access to the ingredients, absolutely go for it.
Teaspoons are 4 grams of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon
Coriander seed, correct? Cumin, correct?
or 3 grams of white peppercorns on a
Correct? Red peppercorn, correct?
into an oven that's been preheated to 320.
Hiya, oven for what? Just toast in pan, Uncle Joshua.
Before we go on any further, I totally disagree with Uncle Roger here. When it comes to the professional kitchen, at least, you are limited on time, right? Because the more you can do in less time, the more efficient of an employee that you are, and the more money you could potentially make the business. So it's about working efficiently, working smarter, not harder. And I actually had done that exact technique that Josh is doing there, where he's toasting the spices in the oven rather than the pan. And there are 2 main reasons for this. Main reason number 1 is you don't have to stand over the pan, right? You don't have to be there to babysit it. You don't have to toss it. The oven is a a heat source that surrounds the product. You can set it a little lower, leave it in there a little longer, set a timer. When the timer goes off, then you go take it out of the oven. And while that is toasting in the oven, you can do something else. You can work more efficiently. Now, if you have a wok stove or a really powerful stove, yeah, sure, you can toast it within 1 or 2 minutes and it'll be very quick. But again, 1 or 2 minutes is actually a long time in the kitchen. I would go that exact route. In fact, for my video that I plan to do, that was gonna be the way that I suggest you do it at home, because again, to save some time, especially you're gonna be pounding all this stuff to make paste from scratch. While the spices are being toasted, I can prep the lemongrass. I can start chopping up the galangal, all that stuff. And by the time that stuff is done, then my dry spices are nice and toasted and ready to get pounded. Now, this is a funny sight because that's exactly pretty much what my oven looked like growing up.
A pot and pan.
Until lightly toasted. You could also do this in a pan if you want. Then let this cool.
Oh, okay. He addressed that.
To expand on the pans in the oven thing, my mom never used the oven except for Thanksgiving, where when I was growing up, she didn't want me to feel left out, so she always made an effort. Left out at school, that is, from the other kids. So every Thanksgiving, she made a real big effort to make a traditional American Thanksgiving dinner. But that was the only time of the year the oven was emptied out and actually used, and then we'd have fucking pots and pans all over the floor for a couple of days. It was kind of hilarious thinking back on it.
Very thinly sliced 9 Thai chilies, 3 serrano chilies,
Okay, 12 chili total. Good amount.
serrano chilies, 2 small shallots,
Shallot, good.
of garlic,
Garlic, good.
cilantro stems, no leaves,
Oh,
It's supposed to be the root. I know that now.
no, first mistake, not cilantro stem. Green curry, you need cilantro root. Cilantro root and stem different. Somebody didn't pay attention in biology class.
stalk of lemongrass, a 2-inch knob of peeled galangal. Please, here, okay, galangal is key.
That
here.
right?
Unless
Don't replace galangal with ginger. Galangal and ginger, not the same thing. People who think ginger can replace galangal are the same people who think Jamie Oliver can cook.
So yes, I've mentioned this many times, so I won't go too deep into it, but galangal, ginger, completely different products, whereas ginger has more kind of spikes and like a slap in the face type of flavor profile. You know, galangal is also pungent, but I would say it's a bit more floral, a bit more citrusy, and much more, what's the word I'm looking for right now? Much more earthy. So completely different products.
very finely chiffonade 3 kaffir lime leaves. Now, since these are all getting
Chiffonade basically meaning very thinly sliced, super thin sliced.
Chopping.
order, to make grinding easier, I lined mine up. I get a large mortar and pestle.
Pestle and mortar, fui yo. Correct.
Grind those with your pestle until you
Why grind? Don't grind. Hiya. Just like nephew Nick, you don't want to grind Uncle Joshua. You want to pound. Go watch my green curry video. Go see how good Uncle Roger is at pounding. That how I gonna win the heart of Auntie Esther.
pestle until you get a powder. Then get a towel underneath because you're destroying your countertop. Follow that up with your sliced Thai chili.
Good pounding should always destroy countertop.
Grind those into a
He pounding here? Okay, he pounding.
serranos and really get in there and grind.
Pounding. Wait, that it? He just pound 2 stroke and he finish. Feel bad for his girlfriend. Just 2 stroke. Hiya. Uncle Roger can pound at least twice as long.
This will take 2 to 3 minutes depending on your technique. I rough chopped my sliced galangal and added that.
You know, those mortar and pestles, I think they're like the one. Ooh, he did damage his countertop. Look at the center bottom. Anyway, I think these mortar and pestles are designed more for like making guacamole. I could be wrong. You know, it looks like what I would see at a high-end Mexican restaurant when they make guacamole for you from scratch. Because I noticed in Uncle Roger's video, the pestle and mortar he used was actually a bit taller. And I think it's because specifically for the pounding motion and so that things don't fly out as much, where you can see this is a lot more shallow and a big, wide open mouth. And I think that's why they're kind of grinding and going in a circular motion more, because the product isn't naturally sitting into the center where it's easier for them to pound. It's actually keeps getting pushed out, so they're going to grind it. Makes sense to me. Not to say it's right, just makes sense why they were doing that.
Then add your lemongrass, which has also been pretty finely chopped.
Actually, don't need chop so fine because it's gonna get pound to shit anyway.
This is where technique comes in, pal. Use human instinct. sensuous.
What technique?
Use your grinder to press it.
This is not even pounding. What technique?
Twist your pestle to get it nice.
You want technique? Go watch Mark Wien.
Okay, so maybe I was wrong. You know, Mark's pestle and mortar is not as deep as Uncle Roger's. It was just an observation I made, so clearly I was wrong, you know. But Auntie over here, or Mark Wien's mother-in-law, clearly is good at pounding.
At the right technique, not this stirring.
Oh, you know what? The mouth of this pestle and mortar is much wider than Mark Wien's, so maybe that I am onto something.
Till smooth, followed by coriander stem, also till smooth.
Coriander root,
Grind
not
till
stem.
smooth. Your garlic. Grind it till smooth. And last but not least, finish that off with a half teaspoon or 4 grams.
Fuyo, correct. Shrimp paste good and he used a lot. That's the right amount, not the white amount. Good job, Uncle Joshua.
Blending all that together, totaling in at around 15 to 20 minutes of grinding. Yes, it's tedious, but the effort turns into reward when everyone is moaning at the dinner table.
Don't moaning at dinner table. This cooking video, not only fan.
You'll know it's smooth enough if you can form a ball.
What he doing?
Hey yo, it's the green curry paste.
This not play though. Don't play with your food, Uncle Joshua. This green curry look like my ex-wife before makeup.
I'm noticing that the texture of this is looking way smoother than Uncle Roger's and Mark Wien's curry paste, and I think, again, it's because he went in that circular grinding motion rather than pounding.
So on to the easiest part, the curry. In a medium-sized pot, add 2 tablespoons or 28 milliliters.
Okay, oil go in.
Leave it over medium heat until hot, bing bang. Then add all of your curry paste.
Wait, what?
All of it.
Curry paste already? No, Uncle Joshua.
Okay, so I mentioned in the Mark Wien video, again, I haven't made curry in quite a long time, where I said, oh, I would put the paste in first and then the coconut milk. I stand corrected. And, I spoke to my wife since then. For Malaysian style curry, you go with the coconut milk first, break it, and then you put in your curry. In the Malaysian style curry that we make at home, going with the curry powder. But in this case, you're going in with the curry paste after the coconut milk or cream has broken and separated. I think this is just a classic example of like the difference between Eastern and Western cooking styles, where we kind of default to searing things, to sweating things out, like garlic and onion, for example, and then you put in the rest of your ingredients, or searing a steak first and getting that, getting the outside caramelized. Again, I think this is just like Josh defaulting to what he knows best, and maybe a little lack of research on his part too.
Green curry got 2 methods. First step, you either fry the coconut milk to split the oil out like how Uncle Roger do. Or you do more home style, where you mix the curry paste in water and boil it like how Mark Wien mother-in-law do. You don't just stir fry the curry paste. Big mistake here.
Cook that guy down, stirring often until it's relatively dried out and is starting to stick to the bottom of the pan, about 3 to 4 minutes. Then stir in 5 cloves of very finely chopped garlic.
Garlic?
Cook for about 25
But you have garlic in your paste already.
quarters of a cup or 177 milliliters.
Okay, so yeah, I agree with Uncle Roger there. I don't think he needed additional garlic or other stuff. I didn't hear it because of the way the video was edited, but I think he said maybe more ginger or onion, whatever the case is. I don't think he needed more because it's already in the paste. And now Josh is also adding chicken stock, and that looks like a Western style chicken stock, which is chicken bones, water, and also mirepoix, which is made up of onion, celery, and carrot. The carrot and celery having no place in a Thai style curry. What may be even worse is that he's using a boxed Western style chicken stock. In Asian cookery, especially for East Asian, Southeast Asian, when you say chicken stock, you are just talking water and bones that have been simmering forever. That's it. There's nothing else in there. It's just pure chicken stock.
Wait, chicken stock? No, chicken stock.
Or 177 milliliters of chicken stock.
Chicken stock should not be first liquid in there.
I agree with
when
that.
When the coconut milk gonna come?
I would have added the protein. Well, I would have done the coconut milk, then the curry paste before I was flipping it around, which was wrong. By now, I would have added the chicken before adding the stock. The stock is more for like thinning it out at the end if it's maybe too thick or too pungent, but not this early in the game.
Are you growing the coconut tree right now, Joshua? Why you wait so long for coconut milk? Where the coconut milk? Chicken stock we put near the end used to thin out the curry, not the first thing that go in. Yeah.
curry paste. Then add 1 tablespoon or 17 grams of palm sugar.
Palm sugar, correct? Remember, don't use white sugar. White sugar for white people.
Palm sugar, and 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of fish sauce.
Fish sauce good?
Is dissolved, then add 1 13.5 ounce or 4.
Finally, the coconut milk go in.
So by adding it in now, you're not really going to get the separation of coconut fat to the coconut milk solids, which is, having that the globules of fat floating on top is actually a desired trait of Thai green curry. You're going to have some of that, but not nearly as much as you should by adding it at this point.
Bring that to a light simmer and reduce the heat to low. And if you want it ultra velvety smooth, then at this point you would blend it with a
What?
until as smooth as you like.
Yeah,
No.
there's no immersion blenders in Southeast Asian cooking, my friend.
What?
Of course, there's going to be someone there like, I'm from Southeast Asia and I have a hand blender.
Pound it. It's so smooth that just chicken stock and 3 leaf in there. Blend what blend? He just trying to show off his blender or something.
Bring that to a light simmer and reduce the heat to low.
Look at this curry color. It's so white. This Jamie Oliver level white. Hiya. This curry is so white. It about to ask Uncle Roger where I really from.
Dude, if I got a nickel for every time I was asked that, I'd be a fucking millionaire.
Of boneless and skinless chicken thighs cut into half.
Okay, at least that correct.
And
I would have gone for bone in. I always feel, protein cooked with the bone in is superior in flavor, just a pain in the ass to eat. It is very light. That color is very light for a green curry. And I think that's an effect of adding the coconut milk towards the end, which was, how Mark Wien's video had it. They didn't cook the coconut milk or coconut cream at the beginning. They did a bit later. And I think that's one of the effects that happened.
hey, something healthy for once.
Something healthy. Hiya, Joshua. You want healthy? Go drink smoothie. Thai green curry don't need healthy. Just make it taste good. Make it taste good.
Really allergic to nightshades, then maybe not. Anyway, add 1 to 2 Thai eggplants, sliged about half.
He say what? What he say?
Anyway, add 1 to 2 Thai eggplants.
No, those are they refer to those as Asian eggplant or Japanese eggplant, which is the longer shaped ones. Italian eggplant are the fatter round ones, and then Thai eggplant are like balls. Balls which are green and whitish in color. So completely different product. They're all eggplants, but different types of eggplant.
This video starting to unravel now. This just regular eggplant. Regular eggplant is the emoji you use when nephew trying to be dirty. Thai eggplant don't look like that. Hiya. Thai eggplant, little round ball. Remind me of my testicle. Just round and green. Sorry, children.
Oh.
Uncle Roger should get that check.
Yeah, Uncle Roger.
And that also a lot of eggplant. There's so much fiber, you're gonna shit yourself for a month. Hiya.
It's about half an inch thick. Stir that in and simmer for 4 minutes or until soft. Then follow that with 1.5
What?
or 100.
Ooh, okay, this is where goes off the fucking rails. We all know what Uncle Roger thinks of manchtu or snow peas. I love snow peas. I love sugar snap peas, but I definitely think adding snow peas is a product of making Asian food in Western countries. For those of you who live in Thailand, who are Thai, who are, much more experienced with this cuisine, do you put manchtu or snow peas in your Thai green curry? Very curious to know.
No. That is manchtu. That is what Jamie Olive Oil do in his Thai green curry video. No. Manchtu, the worst vegetable. Uncle Roger have to put my leg down from chair. This Jamie Oliver level mistake.
Oh, that's not what I would want to hear for one of my videos, my name or my dish being put in the same sentence as Jamie Oliver. Oh, I feel so bad for you, Josh. I posted on Twitter once, to get the Uncle Brian title is more important to me than getting a Michelin star.
This looks so similar to Jamie Oliver.
I don't know. Jamie's was pretty fucking bad. And the ingredient set was really wrong. I mean, at least, Josh is well within the ballpark,
Curry. I think Jamie Oliver see this curry. He gonna go, oh, this green curry looks just like my green curry. It looks really good. Yeah! First Uncle Gordon loses uncle title. And now Joshua also. They are the same as Auntie Helen. They just let Uncle Roger down. Sad. So much pain in my heart. Hiya.
I like my snap peas to have some crunch to them, so 1 to 2 minutes is usually enough. Then once it's done, season that to taste with the juice of 1 lime.
Lime wrong.
No, there's no citrus juice in Thai green curry. I know that much. You know, I feel like that it gets confusing because there is a lot of lime and citrus and acid in a lot of Thai dishes, you know, especially like salads and stuff like that. But no, it's not in the curry specifically.
No way to save it now.
2 large sprigs of Thai basil in the hot curry to release some herbaceousness.
Look at this. Look at this.
I do agree with that part to put it in towards the end.
This look more like West.
The Thai basil, that is.
Oh, soup, hiya. Where the Thai green curry? Where?
Now you have an incredible curry, which should be
No, it's not incredible.
nice big bowl, beautiful,
I can't watch anymore.
and nice heaping ladlefuls of curry on the other.
See, this
With fried shallots,
no need fried shallot, too fancy. And also, who eat green curry like this? Asian people, we eat green curry. We put green curry in bowl and just
fair.
scoop into rice. Only white people do this. They split the curry out. The curry cannot touch the rice. It's like East and West Germany. What is it about white people and segregation?
Okay. As far as cooking goes, in the Western mindset and the Eastern mindset, main thing is in Western cuisine, generally you get your own composed plate of food. So that's, you know, your starch, your protein, your veg, your sauce, your garnish. And you can put this together like a piece of art. Whereas with Asian food, a lot of it, much of it is family style. So like you'll have a bowl of Thai curry and maybe a plate of a fish dish and then this and that, a big bowl of rice or your own individual bowl of rice. And then you kind of take from each one. So, you know, there really isn't opportunity there to plate the food in a lot of Eastern cuisine applications, especially, it doesn't apply for everything, okay guys, but generally speaking, especially for the home dining experience, yeah, it's always going to be family style. So it's just different. It's a different mindset. And I think that's why Josh here is defaulting to plating it up with all these garnishes and stuff like that. But I agree with Uncle Roger in the sense that that's not necessary. And generally, if you were to plate it up, it's just be a bowl of rice that you pour the curry over. But I have no doubt that this is beautiful. I do not disagree that this is a beautifully composed dish and that it is overall, at the end of the day, going to be a very delicious dish.
Serrano chili, and fresh Thai basil leaves. Now this bowl right here, in my opinion, pays respect and homage to one of the greatest curries in the entire world.
Pay respect? Pay respect to who? Jamie Oliver, is it?
First, I think we should just go for the curry itself, aside from all the vegetables and proteins and everything that's in there.
Oh my god, looks so white.
Uncle Roger is complaining about the color, and you know, I may do for the first time is react to Mark Wine's video, but Uncle Roger's version. You guys have mentioned that I should do that every once in a while. I think I'm going to, because I'm curious what he says about that, because the color of Mark Wien's curry, I mean, listen, no bullshit. They're kind of similar color-wise, as far as like the execution, sure, very different. So I'm very curious what's Uncle Roger's stance on that. And I think I'm gonna do that video next. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that.
Notice how there's no layer of oil on it?
Yeah, true.
Seems like it would be really spicy. It's really not. Very palatable. Spice level wise, I'll give this like a 4.234567 out of 10. Not that spicy, as long as you don't launch it to the back of your throat. Everything comes together beautifully.
Launch it at back of throat? Who eat food like that? Who deep throat a Thai green curry? Niece and nephew, if you go on date and your date deep throat the food, marry them immediately.
Perfect Thai green curry. You can make it home. And yes, you should make the curry paste. You're not making this without making the paste. Period. End of story.
The paste every step correct, but the cooking all wrong. Uncle Roger disappointed now.
Yeah.
No more Uncle Joshua. This sad moment in YouTube cooking.
You know, overall, his ingredient set was correct. There were some missteps in the technique as far as what goes when and where. Although, again, I'm like very curious to see Uncle Roger's take on Mark Wien's video, because that's what sparked all this. I watched Mark Wien's video. The execution was completely different from what I would expect and what I know, and it's making me question all that I knew about Thai green curries. So, I'm not gonna grade this. No, I'm gonna grade this. 6.5 out of 10. Overall, again, I think it's gonna hit all the flavor profile notes. I do think there were some missteps. Still passes in my eyes. It's just not it's not gonna pass with flying colors. And it's literally true, because that was kind of an anemic green color. With that said, hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. And with that out of the way, I am Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I'll see you really soon.